This is Tom Biernacki, and today I am bringing you a phenomenal guide, life-changing guide, the guide you will not regret on getting rid of calluses at home with stuff you have in your home currently. Pretty much guaranteed, unless you're living out of a suitcase, you have all this stuff to solve your corn problem today. I'm going to show you what a corn callus consists of, how to get rid of it, and how you can do it in about 10 minutes at home. In about 10 minutes, you're gonna be getting rid of your callus. What do you have to lose? Watch this video. You won't regret it. You're gonna be really happy. Am I overhyping this? No, not enough, because that's how good this guide is. Watch this thing. On a more serious note, as you can see, I'm being very serious. This is why corns and calluses happen. This is what your foot looks like. See how bent and angled these toes are? People try and take a shoe like this, and they try and stuff it in here. Oh, no, it doesn't fit very well. I'm gonna work 12 hours on my feet right here. Oh, look at, there's zero give here. This is hard, leathery material. I tell my wife this: if your shoe is cute, you're guaranteed to have foot pain. If you have no style and your shoe is ugly, you're gonna feel amazing. And this is what that means. But first, I know why you're here. You're not here to listen to this boring guy talk. You're here to watch videos of a callus and a corn being removed. If you don't want to watch it, skip the next minute or so. Okay, here's a corn and callus being removed just so you can see the anatomy. So here we go. This is a gigantic corn and callus. This patient was gracious enough to let me record this for this video, but right there, that is pure corn right there. Not a ton of callus overlying that. So you can see I'm getting my blade underneath that. Right now, believe it or not, as much as I'm getting off here, this is just the overlying callus. I haven't really even gotten to the corn yet. So this is a disclaimer. Don't try this at home. I'm going to tell you a story. In medical school, while we're learning to do this, you'd make either a lot of friends or a lot of enemies. Believe me, there were some kids in our class that had a ton of enemies. You don't want somebody with jittery hands practicing on you doing this. But anyway, back here, you can see I'm starting to get to that central pit there. That right there is under the callus. That's the plug that's plugging into that sweat gland. That is like a hard spike. You could imagine walking on that. It's basically a pebble underneath a callus. Look at that. That is bruised, dry blood underneath there. She is on her feet all day long at work. Look at, there's even more in there. So I'm getting pretty deep. It's like a piece of lead from a pencil almost. That's what I compare it to. It's stuck down in there. So you could see, even though I'm going to go over some amazing home remedies, and you should still keep watching because those, like I said, I promised it would change your life. You could see how hard it is to get this out of there. Even though I've done this about 8,000 times, it takes a lot of practice to be able to do this and ensure that you're pain-free. Because sometimes when a patient comes like this isn't even that bad of a foot, even though she has a lot of pain. When you're popping out like 20 of these on somebody's foot, you got to do it efficiently and you got to do it safely, because if you cut the person's foot, they will dislike you and they're going to have a hard time walking, and you will have a hard time walking for probably at least a few days, and you'll be out of action. So you got to be very safe. Do not use an actual blade at home. Be safe with the pumice stone, as we'll show you. So see, this one's more of a callus. This is less of a corn, more of a callus. You could see it's a little bit wider. And we're switching to the other foot. And this is what I want to show you on this foot. That is a bunion right there. You could see that joint is popping out and you have a large sheet of callus. Remember that shoe I showed you at the beginning? At the beginning, that shoe would not tolerate a bunion very well. It's a harder, firmer pair of flats. When your big toe would rub specifically in this pressure area, that's how a callus like this can form. If you had a sweat gland under there, that's exactly how a corn could form under there. But in this case, we have a callus. So you can see there's a lot of overlap between corns and calluses. And I'm using my number 10 blade right there. I'm just trimming up around that hard skin. So in this case, she's going to feel a ton of relief, but I'm trying to get her into a good pair of shoes. And you're going to see that in my video later on as this goes on. this can be very prevented without having to do bunion surgery. So we're going to move in. Again, in the ball of the foot, that's a little bit more of a sweat gland area. I'm just telling her about her plantar fascia because she's talking about that type of pain too. Right there, that's more of a corn right there. So as you're digging into that tissue, you can see there's a hard callus with a hard seed corn in the center there. That is a very tender area. You can see I'm working so furiously that the camera has a hard time keeping up and focusing. There you go. And then you can see I put some cream and some lotion onto those, and she's gonna do outstanding. Same thing right there. Put some good cream on there. That's gonna do great. That's gonna do really, really well. So she's good for about 3 months, but watch this guide to see how to keep them away, because that's the key. But anyway, back recapping. Most people wear a tight shoe. They try and fit this in their toenails, ingrown toenails, their toes squeezed together. There's no room for anything. Even if you think you have a good fitting shoe, 95% of the time, people don't. When you come in and get it evaluated by a podiatrist, there's little tweaks and changes you can make. And you can watch our shoe fitting guide to get some info on that. I think I'm gonna link that up here. But here's what you do need to do. So step number 1, you want to get yourself a bowl. Any type of bowl, you want to fill it up with warm water. So not hot, but warm. Get some warm water in here. You got some salt or some Epsom salty material. This is baby food, but for example only, because I got too many little kids and my wife's a dietitian, so I'm not allowed to eat salt. But you pour that in here, about a cup. You soak while you watch some TV. So watch a great show, not that I watch these, but wink, wink. But the Kardashians, you got your Housewives TV shows, and then you got manly shows, I don't know, like Stranger Things maybe. So watch those shows, soak your feet, get them feeling better. Don't watch the final season of Game of Thrones, because then you won't soak your feet very much at all, because it really went downhill quick. But soak for about 20 minutes is the bottom line. A little bit of Epsom salt in this bowl. Start feeling great. And then what happens is the corn in the callus is softened up. You want to take a pumice stone or some type of nail file or something and start filing away at that thing. Don't go too deep, don't bleed. This is a doctor disclaimer warning. Don't hurt yourself. Then one of my favorite parts, grab a little bit of Vaseline. Ooh, look at that, nice and soft. Take a little bit of Vaseline, costs $3 if you don't have it. Don't get the expensive stuff. The difference is very minute. Rub it along that area as long as you don't have hard skin. And right there, a lot of your callus pain is better. A lot of your corn pain is better. The next thing right here, look at this. Oh, coming in here. Oh, look at how good that feels right there. Do you see that movement? Nice and meshy everywhere. There's nothing tight. Oh, what a great shoe right there. It's nice and supportive, takes pressure off the front of your foot. Oh, what's this? What's this? Oh, is this an orthotic going into the shoe? Look at how much pressure this would take off the front. It all redistributes to the heel. Look at this bone model right here as it sits on there. Oh, I've never seen toes this free and this free of rubbing. There's gonna be 0 calluses forming here. What's this? Oh, look at how easily that fits into the shoe. Oh man, I could just imagine somebody like this walking 12 hours a day with almost no foot pain. So don't take my word for it, get a great shoe. But basically, this is how you solve corn and callus problems. If you get a great shoe, like look at this. Come on, need I say more? Need I say more? The difference here, I could not even fit that foot in here. The toes were getting all jammed up. There's 0 give in the toes. Right here, I personally would be friends with you if you wore a shoe like this. Right here, I would know you're always unhappy and not friendly because your toes hurt. You decide. You pick which one's the best. Me personally, as a podiatrist, me and these guys are really good friends. We high five. Nobody's ever in pain. We talk about sports and stuff rather than foot pain. That's a great appointment. Treat yourself. Me and you can be friends if you wear a shoe like this. Just keep it in mind. So, We got you a great shoe that fits well. You got enough room up front to feel good. Get rid of your corn and callus. And lastly, on a serious note, if you have a big bunion, if you have a hammer toe, so that's looking on a foot like this. This is a bunion. If your foot's bent, if your toes are crunching over like this, realistically, if they're not shifting well, you got a problem. You got to get it fixed. That's where gel pads come in, number one. So take a look at these bad boys right here. I'm gonna put these on my finger just to demo. Look at that. It's like a little protective finger device right there. Ooh, look at how cushioned that is. Ooh, yeah. Look at it. If you put this on this toe, let me put this on. Look at that right there. Oh, yeah. Look at that padding. There's no corn form in there. You trim up those nails, you put some gel padding on there. We got lots of gel pads. We got lots of videos on gel pads. There's a million gel pads. They're dirt cheap. Put those on. Save your corns and calluses. Trim your nails up. Watch some more gross videos from us. And that's how you take care of that. So to summarize, you've got your Epsom salts that you pour into the water. Soak it around for 20 minutes. Wear your inserts. Get a good pair of shoes with a good pair of inserts. After you soak these guys, put some Vaseline on there. Keep it smooth. Wear good shoes. If you have bunions and hammer toes, wear those gel pads. You are 97% guaranteed to feel really good. So why not do it? Treat yourself to a corn and callus pain-free foot. If this video helped at all, click that subscribe button. We are gonna bring you the best foot and ankle news on the internet. I don't think I exaggerate when I say that. I'm a very modest guy, as you can tell, so subscribe today, right now.